Today we're going to be learning how to tie the masthead jury knot, which looks something like this. All it is a series of interlocking loops. It's easily untied just by pulling it apart. Now in your sea cadet lives you're going to be using this mainly on the top of what's called a derrick, which is one of your rigging evolutions, and that will allow you to attach two guy ropes and a purchase in a crane-like system. So the first step we're going to be doing, we're going to create one loop. Make it nice and big so you can see the loops easily. Next, make a second loop and have it so it just lies on top of the first loop you just created. And last, create another loop, the third and final one. Now what you've got is a series of 3 loops which are all overlapping. So what we've got to do is basically weave this part of this loop and this part of this loop across each other so they end up coming out on either side. So to do that, the first step, I'm going to take these 2 loops here and just cross them over. Now secondly, we need to take this and take it underneath this loop and over the top of the outer one. And again, with this part of the loop here, it's got to come over the top of this loop and go underneath the outside loop. So we're going to try and weave them one bit at a time. So we're going to take this loop here, over the top and underneath, and this loop here, underneath and over the top. Now it looks a bit of a mess, but bear with me and just pull the knot apart. Now as you pull it tight, you'll notice there's a bit here that keeps on trying to point towards you and comes out at right angles. You need to grab hold of this and pull it out away from your body. And that is where your third loop's coming on from, and that's where it's going to be created. Work it all down nice and tight. Adjust the loops by pulling on either of the working ends so it all sits nice and evenly. You'll notice that in the middle, hold it up, in the middle there's a hole, and that's where you'd insert the pole and it could sit from the top of your derrick, and you've then got your 3 loops to attach on your tackles. And there you have it, the masthead jury knot.